Welcome back to the Giant Monster Games Advent Calendar. We are on day number 12, and today's deck is negative counters. Now, this is probably the most jankiest deck I have on the channel, but I absolutely love it. The point of this deck is to utilize -1/-1 counters. So we have cards like Necroskitter, Obelisk Spider, and Channeler Initiate, which all get counters in some ways and do things with counters. Necroskitter, for example, can steal your opponent's creatures if you kill them with -1/-1 counters. Obelisk Spider gets to drain your opponent as you put -1/-1 counters on things, and then Channeler's Initiate just becomes a mana dork, which also becomes a 3/4 beater as you get counters taken off of it. Now, we get to maximize this effect with cards like Hapatra, Visor of Poisons, and Nest of Scarabs, where whenever we put counters on stuff, specifically -1/-1 counters, we get to create tokens of other things. Hapatra creates 1/1 green snake tokens with Death Touch, and Nest of Scarabs creates a lot of scarabs. I get a ton because we get to make a black 1/1 insect creature token for every -1/-1 counter put on a creature. So if we put 3 on with Channeler Initiate, we get to create 3 scarabs, which is absolutely fantastic. So this is what this deck is doing. It is super janky, but if you want to see an entire deck, as always, up in the top right-hand corner there is a link where you can go and take a look at the entire deck. And if you want to pick this deck up for MTGO, there's a link below this video on where you can go and pick them all up. It helps the channel out, so we can keep making videos just like this one. Okay, let's go over and play this award-winning deck with Adrian. Time to see if we can win with the most janky deck I have on the channel, even though it is probably one of the most fun decks I actually have as well. I'm actually pretty happy with this opening hand. I'd rather have removal and 4 lands, and Obelisk Spider is actually pretty good third turn play, so I think we're going to keep it. There's not a ton of first turn plays in our deck, so I'm not too concerned about having something crazy to play on turn 1. So turn 2, having removal for our opponent's stuff is always nice. And I think we just go... I don't really want to play Llanowar Wastes, because I don't want to have to potentially pay life right away and when we have access. So I think we're going to pretend we are green. So that's one thing. Like, this is here's an interesting strategy for you guys. When you're playing, especially on like something like MTGO or you're playing at an FNM Magic, you need to think about, if you're not going to be playing like a dual land or a fetch land first turn, you need to think about what are you going to be playing for basic lands turn 1, so your opponent needs to think about what they're playing. Because, example, I'm not really sure what we're playing. It looks like some kind of Delirium deck. Normally, though, if you're playing down specific types of lands, players can guess what they're playing against, which means that educates them really quickly on what you're playing. So being able to do a little bit of a mind trick to your opponent, if you can do it for a turn, is usually a good idea, and I highly recommend it. We're not going to play Doomblade this turn. We're going to play this dude. Play this duder right here. Fume Spitter is nice. I mean, he works it with our strategy. And so this thing here, so by the way, I didn't really read what this is. So search your library for basic land card, put it in your hand, so it's ramp. And it also has Delirium. If you have 4 or more card types in your graveyard, instead search your library for a land and a creature. Land or a creature, sorry. And put it in your hand. Neat. Okay, well, that's kind of fun. So we're playing against some kind of weird ramp deck. Blue-white, green ramp deck right now. Kind of strange. I'm not going to judge. I mean, that's a thing that can happen. And I think we swing in with Fume Spitter. Might as well swing in with Fume Spitter. Second turn, we're going to play Obelisk Spider. Get it going. And obviously no blocks from our opponent, so our opponent goes down by 1 more life. We play another Swamp, I guess, and then we'll play an Obelisk Spider. And then we have Llanowar Wastes like next. So that's good. So anyways, I was talking about how this is probably one of the jankiest decks on the channel. So this deck is really neat. Oh, is he going to counter it? Does he have a mana leak or something? Is Remand. Remand is okay. I'd rather have this go to my hand than anything. So this is a really janky deck, I'm not going to lie. So janky being like it's very weird and kind of against the grain. You don't really see decks like this because in certain matchups, this deck is really fun and really interactive and really quite good. In other matchups, it basically dies. So like this deck right now loses basically to Storm. It loses to a bunch of graveyard-themed decks. A lot of combo decks just immediately win against this deck. So it's not the best in that respect, but there's a lot of value out of this deck at the same time. So it's neat in that respect. And I think, again, we're just going to go Obelisk Spider again and see if our opponent wants to counter. See if he has another counter in hand. Remand is not the end of the world for us if he wants to remand it again. No, we actually get into play. Okay, cool. That's fine by me. We'll swing it with a Fume Spitter, and then next turn we can actually play Skin Render. If he plays a creature, we're going to play Skin Render. If not, then we're probably not. Doomblade is actually going to be really good in this matchup. The one downside about budget decks, so thinking of something else. When we're playing budget decks, we play Doomblade a lot in a lot of the decks, and Doomblade is good non-conditional removal, but again, because it is non-black creatures only, there's a whole slice of decks out there that we just can't deal with Doomblade. So it's one of those things. Stuff like Fatal Push, if you can upgrade to Fatal Push, is substantially better, especially as soon as you get a little bit of fetch land going on. I mean, be able to fetch a land and then get your opponent's stuff. And opponent doesn't play anything. Is this like... is this like a control deck of some sort we're playing against? Not really sure. And we keep drawing a lot of our wastes. Well, I don't really want to play Skin Renders. I don't really want to play it. We could throw him on this guy whenever you put a counter on it. I guess theoretically, I don't really want it. I mean, this guy's designed for control, right? We're using this to kill opponent's stuff. Killing our opponent's stuff, I should say. Killing opponent's stuff is half a sentence. Not very good English, but yeah, we're gonna go this way. We're just gonna ship it through to our opponent. See what our opponent has to do. Instead of just trying to be super aggro, we're going to play a little bit of control game here. Because we have Doomblade. If our opponent does play something like this guy, we can let it resolve and then we can Doomblade it. So, hold on, what does this do? Enters the battlefield, return target spell or permanent to its owner's hand. Sure, we're going to Doomblade this guy while we're at it. Bam. Goodbye. I guess we should have went black. Not the end of the world. So, yeah, so it's just, it's a flash spell, bounce flash spell. That's actually pretty good. I think this is really good. Oh, this is Vesser. Okay, sorry. I was like, who is this? What is this card? No, I mean, this card's been around for a while. It's a new art. That's why I didn't recognize it. So, I mean, that's good tempo for our opponent. If our opponent is playing green, white, blue control, I guess. I guess that's the thing. I suppose. Why not? And Channeler Initiate, there we go, that's what we want. So we're actually going to go on the play things quicker plan now. So unfortunately we're going to play a life and blood black. And then we're going to play Channeler Initiate. Assuming our opponent doesn't counter this. He might. He might counter it. Is it a Remand? If it's a mana leak, we can counter it. It's going to be Snapcaster Remand. Okay, well that's a thing that happens. We can still play it again. So that is something else. So, yeah. Snapcaster. Oh, he Snapcasters. And is it Remand? I'm assuming it's Snapcaster Remand. Okay, it is. I was worried for a second. I was like, is this really what you're doing? Now, I'm tempted to play Obelisk Spider again. Because when it deals combat damage to a creature, we get a put a 1 counter on it. So why don't we just try Obelisk Spider again? Why not? I'm happy to play Obelisk Spider again, and again, and again. And then we will swing in with Fume Spitter. If our opponent blocks it, then we'll sack it and kill Snapcaster Mage and drain our opponent for a little bit. If he doesn't block it, then... okay, so he's going to block it. Okay. We crack... putting a counter on him, drain our opponent. Sure. Always yield to this. So I'm happy with that. That makes me happy. Very happy deep down inside. I feel like our opponent didn't really achieve much. That didn't really give them a ton of extra tempo. They kind of just used up a Snapcaster Mage to counter something that we played again anyways and then still got value off of it. Sure. I mean, that's okay. I don't quite understand, but sure. So Bant Control, not a card, not a play you see normally, and we keep drawing all the lands. I think we're gonna hold up and pretend we have something else in our hand now. So let's go Channeler Initiate because I'm scared he might bounce this with something. He does have some creatures with flash. He could be playing Restoration Angel easily enough in this deck. So, and he can also turn this thing into a 3/4, which is also theoretically, and you can put on the Channeler Initiate, might as well get some mana from it. And we drain our opponent for 1, which is nice. And then we're going to combat and swing for 1 as well. Because why not? Swinging for damage is always fun. Again, I wish our opponent was playing a little bit more creatures, because that's the point of our deck, is to like remove his stuff with negative counters and get value off of it. But apparently that's not the way we're going to be doing. So a while ago, sorry, I'm gonna change subject again, just changing subject. This deck here, actually, I've been looking around at rebuilding this deck, and I'm hoping to redo this deck actually probably in January and making it like a less budget version. So probably do like the $120, $150 range, and actually make it Jund colors. So adding red, and our opponent's gonna fetch, which is fine. So we'd be adding in red stuff, and we'd be adding in stuff like the Scorpion God and a bunch of other red value spells, and making it so it's something else. But playing around with it, I think this deck has a lot of potential, and you kind of need to push it in a weird direction. So it might be stuff like Impact Tremors, and kind of try and get the the counter thing going on more. Return target creature or land from its own graveyard. Okay, so that's weird. So what did he pull back? I don't remember. It's okay, not the end of the world. He brought back... I should have paid more attention to that. So he's basically bringing something back to his hand, and he gains life from it. That's actually not that bad. Oh, he's going to invest here. I should have guessed that. So it's probably going to be, what, Channeler Initiate or the Obelisk Spider that goes back. We're going to kill this thing on our turn, by the way. And he is choosing the Obelisk Spider. So we have Skin Render, so I'm going to kill this thing anyways. So that's kind of fun. Fun for me, at least. I'm okay with that. And we will probably... The thing about this guy here is you kind of want him to come in as like the 3/4 that he is, not as the... Oh, put a 1/1 counter. Target creature fights another creature. Huh. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the thing that happens. We're still going to kill it. We're still going to kill this guy. So that's the thing. Okay, going to our turn. Do we draw more action? We draw... Ooh. That's not a bad option. What's it gonna be? 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. I think what we do is we drop a Necro Skitter. And then we drop a Skin Renderer into play. So we have to pay a life for it, unfortunately. And then we throw counters on this guy, killing it, and then we get to bring it back under our control with Necro Skitter, which is fun. I enjoy stealing our opponent's creatures. It makes me feel like a real Magic player when we steal our opponent's stuff. Oh, yes. And yes, always yield. Give me your guy. When it enters the battlefield, you return target spell. Hold on. When it enters the battlefield, return target spell or permanent to its owner's hand. Well, what do we want? This guy here seems like a fun one to send back to our opponent's hand. Sure. That guy can go back to your opponent's hand. Take back your land that comes into play tapped. Guaranteed comes into play tapped. And then I think we ship it over to our opponent. Fun game. This is turning out pretty well. Let's see. Ancestral Vision goes to the exile zone. So he's going to draw a bunch of cards coming in 3 turns from now. Or 3 turns from now. Because it has how many counters on it? Suspend 4. Sorry, 4 turns from now. That's a little bit of a late in the game to be playing that, but fair enough if that's what you want to do. And that guy is good against other token decks. We're probably going to pull them out when we go to the sideboard. And I think we just swing in with everything. I don't see why not. Go to combat, attack all. Attack with all creatures. I mean, that's a good solid 4, 5, 6 damage right there. Opponent has what? Restoration Angel. No, that's a card. What does he block, though, with it? What does he block with it? If he blocks his guy, which he's probably going to block this guy, we'll probably play Midnight Banshee. Because at the beginning of your upkeep, you put a -1 counter on each non-black creature. So we can throw Midnight Banshee out, and we're going to start shrinking his Restoration Angel, eventually killing it. We can also, in theory, throw Obelisk Spider. Whenever it deals combat down to a player, it gets -1 counter, which is fun. So, which one do we got? 3, 6, 3, 6. We have 2 options. 2 options indeed. I'm thinking we go Obelisk Spider, because this will kill this guy. We kind of want to keep him around. So, go like that. Play an Obelisk Spider. And then ship it to our opponent's turn. Nice thing is Restoration Angel can't kill this thing. So he needs to path it, which I'm assuming he has paths. He's playing white. You should be playing Path to Exile. Like, why would you care? You should be pathing your opponent's stuff. 3 cards in hand. I'm assuming our opponent has a fistful of land. Otherwise... Oh, okay, our opponent did see it. It was like, sometimes they don't see that it has reach, which is funny. Mind you, it's a spider, and I think classically all spiders have reach, which makes me laugh. Double Midnight Banshee is also a play. Okay, I think the way we go is to combat. Attacking all. Again, all creatures go. So wherever he blocks, if he blocks either of these guys, this thing gets smaller, and we get to drain our opponent. Either way. If he blocks his own guy, sure, it's going to die. I don't care. Oh, is he playing another Restoration Angel? Is it double Restoration Angel? No, he's going to turn this into a 3/4, which still doesn't do much. It doesn't kill either of these guys. Doesn't kill either of them. So that's fine by me. And then we're going to play Midnight Banshee. I'm totally interested in not having our opponent be around anymore. Okay, so Restoration Angel is going to shrink down a little bit. This is going to be always yield. Again, it's one thing when you're playing on TGO is you need to be setting up your yields because that is a really important thing, to be quite honest. And there we go, playing the Midnight Banshee. Oh, need another black. Playing the Midnight Banshee. And we're going to play another Midnight Banshee next turn. Oh, is he going to counter it? He's going to remand it. It's going to go back to our hand. No Midnight Banshee for us. Not today, at least. Alright, well, that's fine. We can play it next turn. Our opponent wasting their counter spells is totally fine by me. Okay. And I guess realistically, our opponent could start creating this guy to a creature more often. If he's playing Bant Control... Ooh, what's this? Enters the battlefield, reveal the top card of your library. If it's land, put it into the battlefield. Otherwise, put it into your hand. So basically, just draw a card. If it's land, though, you gotta put it into land for free. Whew, that's fun. Let's play this guy more often. I feel like if I make a blue-green deck, which I need to do, I haven't done that yet, this would be kind of the cards I would put into it. Kind of just make like a blue-green advantage deck. I mean, like a value deck. Kind of would be what I would think. Also, we revealed the top card of his library. What was it? It was a Snapcaster Mage. That's fun. Fun, not fun. Well, what? I think what we do is we play the Midnight Banshee now, so then he can't snap block, realistically. I guess he theoretically could. He could still Snapcaster. Oh no, we should have done combat. This was a misplay on my part. Oh, Mana Leak. That's a thing. Okay, well, we can't pay for that. Fun times. And we go to combat. He can still play Snapcaster Mage. I would actually be surprised if he didn't. Snapcaster Mage and then double block with Restoration Angel and Snapcaster Mage on one of these guys. Probably the Obelisk Spider. Realistically. So, oh, he's going to play something else. No, he's going to turn this into a creature. And probably going to double block with it. Which would be my guess. Mind you, whatever he blocks, the thing's going to start getting smaller and smaller each turn as well. Because the -1 counters don't go away. He just stops being a creature. Which is super funny, if you ask me. So every time he makes this activate, every time he activates it, it gets smaller and smaller. So he's probably going to double block the Obelisk Spider. Yeah. And we're going to put this on the Restoration Angel because I'm more interested in that dying. So... Oh, I didn't do that in order. I forgot, they changed the way you do this now. You actually have to reorganize it beforehand. It used to be that you, after declare blockers, you choose where the damage goes, and now they changed it. We have to reorder it. Forgot about that. That's a new thing that they recently added. We're going to play the Force down. And if it has been that way forever, then I have never, ever noticed. I don't know. Okay. And does he actually get to cast it yet? Is it... No, still counting down. It has... How many more counters on it? It has 1 counter on it, so next turn he's going to draw a bunch of cards. So he's going to get his action going next turn. Opponent decides to swing in. I'm not going to say it's risky, but it's not risky at the same time. The big problem we're running into right now is Snapcaster Remand is totally a thing that can happen. Something I don't really want to have happen. And we're getting all of the land. I think we go this way, though. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And see if our opponent wants to snap Remand or snap Leak. If he snaps... Oh, he's going to Path. That's a thing, too. We get all our land out. Yes, I'm going to go fetch a land up. And might as well be a swamp. And I'm surprised he didn't want to mana leak this guy. Seems like, or not mana leak, path this guy. Mind you, he can snap path. That is also an option. Our opponent is getting it back from us. Our opponent is the one that is winning the game now. Oh, there we go. Snap path. Oh no. Hold on. How did he path? Oh, he had another one in hand. He had another path to exile in hand. Sad day for us. Well, we're gonna get rid of all the lands out of our hand, and we're gonna see. I mean, our opponent banned control, I guess, is proving to be useful. Realistically, he's using stuff like this to get extra cards. He's has some man lands, which are fun. A little bit of ramp, and like return stuff to hands, which is kind of neat, I guess, for a control deck. What the heck is that? Oh, he's how is he? Oh, he's playing Snapcaster Mage. And what did he choose? I should have been paying attention. I should really. I want to play through because I want to play fast. Because I don't want to be like, again, where we're at 14 and 7. I should always set that to yield as well. Yes. And our opponent's going to draw 3 cards. That is scary for us. Depending on what we draw, we may have to scoop it. If we draw incremental blight, I mean, again, there's a lot of things. He has a lot of control in his deck. And he has 4 cards in hand now, which is very scary as well. So I would not be surprised if he starts swinging in with this guy as well. 3. Oh no, he's gonna pay something with it. Neat. Renegade Rallier. Nah, that's a scary thing. So he's gonna return a a creature? When enters the battlefield, it's a permanent. So he's fetching up lands. He's probably gonna make it so he draws more value rather than potentially drawing into lands, which is the reason why you would do that. If you saw something out of here you would want, I mean, maybe it's a permanent. So okay, taking some damage. At least we made a Restoration Angel only 2/2, which is nice. And what do we need to draw? We need to draw a magical land now. So again, opponent's fetching up more stuff. Probably gonna come play tapped. Doesn't need to come in untapped. And another snake, drawing more cards. He reveals Nissa. Baby Nissa. Not just the regular Nissa, but the baby variety. Well, we can play a Fume Spitter. I don't think it actually helps us at all, but we could potentially come back. Went 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're not dead yet, even if he attacks all out. We should actually play this. There's no point in leaving it in our hand. Opponent doesn't have any hand disruption, and we might as well just dump more lands into play. And here we go. I mean, we had such a good start. We had such a strong start, and we just didn't draw into finishers. We drew into a lot of land. We just kept drawing into land. If we didn't draw into land, look what we have. We've drawn into more land than we have creatures. It's scary, or more like spells. If we would have actually drawn into more actual action, it would have been much better. So Nissa comes into play. What do we do now? Our opponent's going to go to combat. We're probably going to chump block and sack. So probably going to go like this. Chump here. I hate my life. I didn't read that it was play instant sorceries. I thought it was the block step. I thought I skipped through it. Yay, punting. Punting for the win. Or loss in this case. Depending on what we draw, if we draw incremental blight, I don't think we can actually draw anything. I don't think there's anything we can actually draw to not lose right now. I don't think so. I think we're going to go to sideboard right away here. Sideboard it is? Is it sideboard? Is it time for sideboard? What do we draw? We draw into a swamp. Oop, I don't want to open up that. I want to go, it's a concede game. Going to sideboard, time to save our clock. We do have stuff to deal with our opponent. We just need to put it into our deck. So for starters, Midnight Banshee is just not very good against this. Beast Within, not very good either. Evil Presence is quite good though. Duress is also quite good. Those are both very good in this matchup. Tormod's Crypt also very good. So we're going to put in a lot of stuff. We're going to do a pretty big swapperoo here. So all of these are coming in. Incremental Blight can come out. It's not going to be good enough. A single Skin Render can come out. Scars, do Scars stay in? I'm not sure. I would rather take out Scars actually than Doomblades, because Doomblade actually is still relatively useful in this matchup. Necroskitter, you're fine. Nest of Scarabs is theoretically fine. And I think we need to leave Skinrender in as a potential win. I think we're going to leave a single Skinrender and we're going to leave a single Doomblade. And we're going to run it back like that. So we're hoping to do control and slowly get the counters thing going on. That is the potential game plan right now. We're going to play first as well. Because we won. Because we lost. Because we won at losing. And this is actually a really solid opening hand. We don't have Duress, we don't have anything we sideboarded in, but we don't really need it right now. We're playing Control X, so we can go a little bit longer. And 3 lands is much better, especially if we can play Fume Spitter first turn. It's actually not bad. That's what we're going to do. We're waiting for it. We're waiting for our opponent. And here we go. Swamp into a Fume Spitter. Go and go. Fume Spitter, go. I said Fume Spitter, go. And then Hapatra is going to be really nice because Hapatra allows us to get snakes as we put -1 counters on stuff, which is going to be awesome. Fantastically awesome. Obviously, Doomblade would have been a nice turn 2 play, but Hapatra is also a really good turn 2 play. Turns out. Doomblade, nice. Doomblade's going to be fun. Doomblade is going to be quite good later on. Probably could have played Hapatra second main phase, but we're trying to save clock a little bit right now, so I'm going to play stuff on first main phase if I can. And we're just going to skip through turns to be faster, so we don't burn our clock if we need to go to game 3, which hopefully we will go to game 3. I mean, the idea at this point is to go to game 3 so we can win. Again, playing against banned control, especially playing against like decks like what we're playing against right now, where our opponent is clearly playing a deck that is not budget. So, because we're playing like a $40 deck, our opponent is playing a substantially more expensive deck. And he's revealing a Snapcaster Mage. Fun times. Not so fun times, actually. And I think we go... And this is when it enters the battlefield? When it enters the battlefield. Nice. Okay, well, let's go like this. And... deals combat damage to a player. You may put a 1/1 counter on target creature. I think we go to combat. Swing with both these guys. Depending on how he blocks. Actually... I think I might just steal this guy straight away. We're just going to sack this guy and get this creature straight out. And this is always yes, always yield. And this is always yield as well. We don't need to see these triggers. Nice, we draw a Duress, which is nice. And this is always yield as well. And there we go. We get a snake token, we do 2 damage to our opponent. And we may put a counter on something when we do damage to something, but we're not going to do that. We're not going to put a -1 counter on something. Yeah, there's no real reason to put a -1 counter on anything right now, so we're just going to not. And we're going to go okay and no. Because we don't really get the extra benefit from another creature coming to play, because we can theoretically kill our own snake and get a new snake, but there's no real reason right now for us to do that, so... We're just going to not. We're going to say no. That's what we're going to do. So we're in a better situation than our opponent. We have removal. We're going to probably duress our opponent next turn, maybe. We'll see. We'll see what comes down. See what comes down the pipeline. We draw a what? We draw another Hapatra. Not a good card, but if he does remove our Hapatra, it's going to be fine. So let's get this going right now. Get duress. Get duressed. As in, show me your hand. He's gonna crack. He's probably gonna counter it. I don't see why our opponent wouldn't want to counter it, because he's playing a control deck. Why wouldn't he want to get rid of something potentially out of his hand? And it's a 3-drop. Okay, so that's kind of fun. So he's gonna bounce. He's gonna start milling it. He's using this for ramp. I see what's happening. Okay, so okay. Ooh, scary. And, okay. Well, this is a whole bunch of stuff. So, I guess realistically, that is the only way we can go. Mind you, we do have removal. So, if he does play any of those things, we can actually remove it. So, gonna be good. Go to our opponent's turn. Attack. And we always have to say, no, we're not going to kill the snake off. Go into our opponent's turn. And we're not going to play anything in response, I don't think. We might, if he plays down a creature. He has the big flying creature that he might play. Does he actually play anything? Is the question. Doesn't play anything. Okay. Well, we'll go to our turn. I'm okay with that. See if our opponent wants to be dressed again. As in, I would like to dress our opponent again. I probably should also play this Llanowar Wastes. I don't think I played it last turn. I should probably have done that just to get extra land into play. And our opponent is going to Snapcaster. That's a thing. Depending on what he does with Snapcaster, so he's targeting... What is he targeting in the graveyard? So Snapcaster targets the command. And I guess we just kill Snapcaster. Because he can prevent all damage that would be dealt... Oh no, that's actually... Target player sacks an enchantment. That's actually the wrong way. I shouldn't have done that. That's actually a misplay on my part. Because I should have swung with this guy. Oh no, I guess I had to. We'll see. Because if we swing with Necroskitter, he can't block. But if we attack with anything, I mean, it's 50-50. Because we don't really want to swing with Hapatra and then have him put a 1 counter target creature. Oh, neat. It fights another target creature. Neat. Well, we lose our Hapatra, which is actually not the end of the world. Not the end of the world at all. We do lose our Doomblade, unfortunately. Mostly because... And we didn't have any instants either. Sad face. Doesn't have... He has a bunch of creatures. We do have another Hapatra, so I'm not actually that worried. And we attack with everything. Attack with all creatures. Ship it to our opponent. Next turn we're going to... Oh, no. Stop. Oh, no. I forgot to play Llanowar Wastes again. Ugh. Need to slow down, guys. I need to slow down. You guys comment this all the time. They're like, slow down and pay attention to what's going on. And I'm so caught up in commentating and talking about what's going on in the game that I often forget that I should probably be commentating, or should be actually playing the game. So let's play Hapatra. Hapatra is going to be nice. We can still hold up Doomblade. Necroskitter is also nice, but I think Hapatra is actually better. And the nice thing about the snakes are their Death Touch as well, which is super fun. Snakes with Death Touch. Go, go, go. And then ship it to our opponent's turn. We're slowly whittling our opponent down. Slowly whittling our opponent down. This guy also has flash, theoretically, so he could play this guy. And if he does, we can always just bolt it. Oh no, he's gonna do this guy. This thing. I'm okay with also killing that. Well, let's Doomblade it. Please, Doomblade. Goodbye. Not interested in you. I'm happy to get rid of your land as well. That seems super cool to me. And you taking 3 damage. Seems very fun. And now it's our opponent's turn. He's at 5. Does he have a way of stopping us? That's the next question. It's completely possible. Completely possible. Let's find out. I mean, again, he does have creatures. We know he has this guy in his hand, which counters target activated ability, which we don't have activated abilities in this deck. Oh, no, we do. We technically do. Sorry. Our activated abilities that we have in the deck is called Tormod Script for getting rid of our opponent's library. And I guess we just go to combat swing with everything. I guess that's the plan. Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Oh, going to combat. Our opponent decides to play this guy. No, he's going to do the Pulse, and he's going to bring back Snapcaster Mage. Oh, he's going to try to do the attack thing again. I see. Well, we go attack with all creatures. Oh, he can't even bring back Snapcaster Mage. Hold on. Does he have a way of not dying right now? Is there something I don't know? Is there a way that our opponent doesn't just die? I think the answer is no. I think our opponent just died. Oh no, he... How did our opponent not die there? Oh, he gained 5 life from this thing. Probably should have played the Necroskitter. Accidentally hit a button. Again. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. Misplays. If we lose by 1, we'll know why. It's because I Necroskittered incorrectly. So he, in theory, right now, could Snapcaster into another command. Is an option. Theoretically. And he's going to hold up for it. Like, if I was him, I would. So let's go like this. Attack with everything. Again. Attack with all creatures. Again. Opponent will probably do you'll either do Snapcaster into Dramoka's command or Snapcaster into Pulse of Murasa. Mind you, could always snap... Oh, he's going to turn this into a creature. Okay. 3/3 creature at that. So he's probably going to block the Hapatra. We still got to do 3 damage to our opponent, which is the thing. It has hexproof as well. That's fun. Okay. Well, that's no fun. Should have kept up Hapatra. I didn't actually think that he would actually do that. That seems really risky on our opponent's part, but I guess if that's what he wants to do, then we'll let him do it. And then we'll play the other Necroskidder. So our opponent's at 2. We only need to get through with 2 creatures now. Mind, he has ways around it, theoretically. So, a little bit risque for both of us. We might be able to take it. We might not. And I'm just going to ship it through to our turn. Save our clock as much as humanly possible. Saving our clock. Again, this is a good matchup. I mean, we can deal with control in a lot of ways. So it's going to be Snapcaster Mage. Yep. Snapcaster Mage into Pulse Maelstrom. So he's going to gain life back. And what is it going to be? He's grabbing the land. He's going to fetch up more stuff. Okay, well, if that's the way you want to go, I'm okay with that. The problem right now is he can't really block anything with a Snapcaster, otherwise we steal Snapcaster, which I'm okay with. Evil Presence. Evil Presence is also very cool. What would we Evil Presence, though? We can Evil Presence probably this thing away, so we can't turn it into more creatures and give it more hexproof, which would be nice. The other option is the Birthing Pod, but I think actually... I think it's going to be Landfall, this one here. I think this is the way we're going to go. Okay, well, Evil Presence, his land. Doesn't really do much for us doing it on our main phase, other than the fact that we're just doing it on our main phase. 50-50. 50-50, if you will. Opponent has no response. He could have had a Remand. There's options. And then we just go to combat and swing with everything. We are going the attack all plan now. And then shipping it to our opponent. Opponent decides to block this guy, which is fine. I'm okay with that. Not the end of the world. Still do 3 damage to our opponent. If only these guys had Infect, it'd be super funny. So now he can't play anything big because, again, we have Death Touch and we have Wither. So even like Restoration Angel doesn't really win him the game right now. Which is fine. Fine for us. It's been a good match so far. Even though we lost the first one, it's been a good match. I enjoy having to go back and forth, like what's going on, how's this playing out, what's the plan? Maybe this, maybe that, who knows? Renegade Wanderer, probably going to be grabbing Snapcaster. This is nice. Yeah, there goes Snapcaster, back to his hand. Which is fine. He can play Snapcaster, but I don't think he can really play much else. So yeah. Let's find out. So he chooses Dramoka's command, so he might actually make this guy bigger, and then make it attack probably this thing. Because it would kill our Necroskidder. In theory. We'll see. If we get a removal, so yep. So it is going to be Dramoka, this guy, killing. Unfortunately, we don't get to put a -1 counter on it because it just shrinks back down. Because the counters minus each other out. Okay, going to our turn, drawing into land will be really bad. Drawing into not land would be really good. Fume Spitter is actually amazing right now. Is actually amazing. Not kind of amazing, is like full-on legit amazing right now. He needs to counter this. If he doesn't counter this, ooh, okay. So we can Snapcaster, pull Snapcaster back, get an instant sorcery. So we can basically Snapcaster Doomblade. I don't have that problem with that line of play. I mean, the other option is Snapcaster. So yeah, so it's going to be this way. So kill the Snapcaster. We get the Snapcaster when it dies, which is cool, if you ask me. Yes, we're going to use the ability. So getting Snapcaster. Snapcaster's melee, going to target Doomblade. And okay. And then we're going to play Doomblade right now. blowing up the Renegade Wanderer, which is fun. I enjoy this. This makes me happy. He's gonna remand it. Okay, fine, you can remand it. And I think we just go to combat now and swing at both these guys. I mean, we're at 20 life. I'm not scared about losing the game, technically. So, go. He's gonna need to do more stuff. He's gonna need to consistently do the, like, whatever. Oh, so he's gonna lose his Renegade Wanderer. He's okay with that. Okay, that's fine. Probably has a way of getting it back, which is what it is, actually. So our opponent's down to 3. He needs an answer. Does he have one? Vote to find out. Vote to find out. So Eternal Witness grabbing what? Renegade Wanderer? Probably. Returning a card from your graveyard to your hand. Choosing what? Renegade Wanderer would probably be the best. Mind you, I don't think he had a fetch land this turn, so we'd probably have to use Tectonic Edge. So choosing... No, he's going to do the Pulse of Muster. What is it? I don't remember the name of it. The name is weird. It's a weird name that I don't know. And then going to our turn, do we draw into action? Action? Skin Renderer is pretty fun. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4? If our opponent counters it, I understand. Does he counter it? He's playing something. Our opponent is playing something. And it is going to be... what? There's lots of options. I'm surprised we haven't seen Supreme Verdict yet, to be quite honest. Supreme Verdict is one of those things. Logic not unless we pay 3. Sad day for us. No killing Eternal Witness, not today. We can't pay for it. Oops, I'm selecting the wrong window. Can't pay for it, so that's gonna be a no. And then I guess we just go to combat. And I'm just gonna swing in with just the Necro Skitter. Cause why not? Because otherwise he'd block and kill the Snapcaster Mage, where he's obviously not gonna block the Eternal Witness with Necro Skitter. Obviously not. This is a close game. This is a close and super silly game. I hope I don't go to time. We might go to time here, but you guys will see what the deck is doing all about. I mean, again, we're playing against a deck that is substantially more expensive than ours, so I'm okay with us like having to consistently fight uphill because we are the underdog. We are the underdog in this situation. And more stuff. 3. So he's gonna do the Pulse of... what is this? Pulse of something or other. Pulse of Murasa. Okay. Eternal Witness, probably grabbing Pulse of Murasa again. I'm assuming. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, this deck has a lot of like graveyard recursion stuff. Drawing that Tormod's Crypt would have been really nice. Really, really nice, to be honest. Because we could have got rid of his graveyard like a while ago and stopped this thing and the Snapcaster Mage thing and the Pulse thing. And there's a lot of things we could have got rid of. So Tormod's Crypt would have been fantastic. Haven't drawn into it in a while, though. Okay, what do we draw? Please not land. Obelisk Spider. I will happily play an Obelisk Spider. Obelisk Spiders make me very happy. Now, the big problem is we can't swing in with Necro Skitter necessarily. We can. But... what do we do? I think we swing in with this guy. I kind of want to swing with Necro Skitter as well, but he's going to double block and kill it. Which, I mean, we got to put a Wither counter. We got to kill one of these guys. So we'll kill both of them. It deals damage with 1/1 counters. Whenever creature, so... yeah... what do I think? What do I want to do? I think we just swing with the Snapcaster Mage and ship it to our opponent's turn. Holding up the Necro Skitter. So yeah, there we go. Fine. I understand. There's so much graveyard recursion in this deck, it's amazing. Like, I think it's actually the whole point of it is it just does, like, the Pulse. So he's going to do the Pulse, grabbing back the Eternal Witness, looping constantly, which is really hard for us to deal with. Maybe I should have actually swung with the Necro Skitter as well, then. And he keeps gaining life. I don't actually think we can win this. I think we've just seen what this deck is supposed to be doing. We've seen the loop. We've seen the loop. He went from 1 life to 14. He's like slowly crawling his way back, and we have no way of dealing with it. We need bigger hitters. We need bigger winners. Okay, well, going to our turn, I think it is. Opponent's not doing anything yet. We draw a land, not what we need. But we're gonna play it, so our opponent doesn't. Yeah, well, we could have held it up. Probably should have held it up. Faked it as a like a Doomblade or something. Attack with all creatures. There we go. Opponent's probably not gonna block. I don't think he sees any reason to block right now. Or he's gonna block with something else. Oh, he's gonna turn this guy into it. Oh, he's turned it 3/4, which is fine. He's gonna double block something. Probably gonna double block the Necro Skitter, to be honest. Probably gonna be the double block on the Necro Skitter. No, it doesn't block anything. Decides not to. That's fine by me. I guess he decided it's probably better not to because we will gain life and drain him and potentially kill stuff as well. So, Eternal Witness, we knew this was coming down, and we know he's going to grab the Pulse of Marasa again. Gaining life, not something we can really do anything about, really. So, I don't think we can win this. I think we're going to go to time here, actually. I don't see a way out of this. Unfortunately, this isn't going to be the most exciting game for you guys now that we see what this deck is doing, and I'm kind of just fighting uphill. Like, our opponent's at 18 life now. If we draw a Tormod's Crypt, that'll help us out. What do we draw? We draw a Dress. I mean, we could Dress. Like, why not? Dress seems fun. Might as well. Let's see what our opponent wants to do. So our opponent is probably going to remand it, or counter it some sort, or path an Obelisk Spider with it. That's a thing. That is a thing. Yes, we're going to go fetch up a land. It's going to be a swamp. Could have been a forest. Swamp's fine, though. We don't have very many needs for forests. And he's probably going to play the Pulse of Marasa as well, because we're going to discard it. No, he's going to mana leak it. Okay, well, we can pay the mana on that. There, done. Yes, we'll pay for it. Sure. Make our opponent completely dump their hand, at least. I'm actually surprised he didn't play the Pulse. Oh, no. It is these two guys. Well, that's a thing. I don't think we can actually win this. I think we are done. I think we are done. Well, this has been Negative Counters. You guys saw what it's supposed to be doing and how it works out. It is super fun, but it doesn't... I mean, again, we're playing against like a deck that is not budget. So being the underdog is fun, but it also is comes with a lot of losses sometimes. So we're gonna play another couple rounds, and then we're probably gonna concede. We might be able to take our opponent actually to time. Maybe we can win on time. Let's try that. Let's try winning on time, guys. So I'm not even gonna bother. I'm not even gonna bother actually at this point to swing in. I'm actually just gonna skip through my turns as fast as possible. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I mean, I could have swung in with the Necro Skitters, but he's not gonna swing in with his Eternal Witnesses. So I think we could actually probably win on time here. That's what we're going for, guys. That is the plan. I've changed my mind. So he's probably gonna path. Does he path? No, he does not. Interesting. He does another Pulse. Doesn't matter if you... does not matter if you draw... Or if you gain all the life, my friend. You can gain all the life, but as soon as you lose on the clock, you lose on the clock. Especially with 3 minutes. Tectonic Edge, blowing up our Llanowar Wastes. Playing a Renegade Rallier, bringing back... probably another Tectonic Edge. No, he's going to bring back the... Culligan, the Snake guy. Drawing cards, doing other stuff. Opponent burning the clock. Interesting. Very interesting. Opponent's deck is dirtlerific, I'm not gonna lie. Super dirtlerific. Which I'm actually okay with. I kinda like the dirtle decks. So we saw the Jeskai dirtle deck a while ago, and now we're seeing the Bant dirtle deck now. All of the dirtle decks. Fume Spitter, sure. Oops, I didn't need to play both of them. So we can go Fume Spitter, sacking Fume Spitter to get the Snapcaster Mage. Yep. He's gonna be yes. Oh, he's gonna be... What is he doing? He's gonna counter an ability. Okay, that's fine. And then ship it to our opponent. Let them burn their clock. I'm done. Ha ha ha. Burn your clock, opponent. I have 3 minutes and 21 seconds. You have less than. Oh, I should set that to always yield. Save myself as much time as humanly possible. 2 minutes on the clock. Win by timeout. There you go, guys. This is why you don't build a control turtle deck, because you can lose by time potentially. And we have enough life that our opponent really needs to actually get. Ooh, he's gonna bounce that. Sure, yeah, that's fine. Do it. Burn your clock. Come on, you're at a minute and something. Minute something. So you need to play real quick. If we get an obelisk spider, you are so dead. Obelisk Spider is going to be the best card draw we have right now. So he gets rid of one of our Necroskitters. But can he still... A minute 30. Minute 30 is not... I mean, why are you playing Serum Visions? Dude, why are you doing this? You have a minute 30 left on the clock. So, doesn't attack in with anything. Okay. Scary for our opponent. Hapatra. We will play Hapatra. We'll see if our opponent wants to counter. And then we're going to skip through our turn. Yep. Go to our opponent's turn. We're okay. We're not attacking. Let him keep burning his turn away. He has a minute and 30 seconds, a minute and 12 seconds on the clock. And our opponent decides he's going to play another Restoration Angel. Okay. Bouncing the Eternal Witness. Totally fine by me. I don't think our opponent can physically win anymore. I think our opponent is going to lose by clock out. Which I'm okay with. I'm okay with winning by the clock. Sometimes. I mean, this is why I enjoy Paper Magic, is because you don't really have this happening as much. But the fact that our opponent is likely about to lose based on clock kind of makes me happy deep down inside. Deep down inside. And we do get a Snake Token. Snake Token with Death Touch. 30 seconds. Can our opponent swing in for lethal? No, our opponent cannot swing in for lethal yet. Not yet. Not yet at all. Dun 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 dun. So he's going to have Restoration Angel fight Hapatra, which is okay. Swinging with everything. Sure, opponent. You can do that. And what do we need to block? Death Touch Snake Token. I guess you block the 3-2. Go. Yep. 18 seconds on the clock is pretty scary for our opponent. Our opponent needs another combat phase. Just one more combat phase. Oh no, Forest. Yep. Ship it to opponent. Can our opponent do it? Can he do it? About to find out. Begin combat. Oh no. Oh no. No. I don't want to lose based on clock. Well done, opponent. Well done. 4 seconds on the clock. Ah, I tried so hard. If we didn't draw into a forest, we could have, like, slowed him down at least a little bit. This was a long, drawn-out game where you saw the dirtlerificness happen. Until next time, and thank you for watching this video. I'm Adrian, GiantMonsterGames, and don't forget to game like a giant monster. Thanks for watching the GiantMonsterGames Advent Calendar. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe if you like this video and want to see more videos just like it. A huge shout out to all of the Patreon supporters. You guys are helping make videos like this, and if you want to pick this deck up, there is a link below with an affiliate link so you can grab this entire deck on MTGO.